When a major earthquake strikes near you, you may get a warning of 10 or 15 seconds, which isn't very much time. Earthquakes, also known as tremors, quakes, or temblors, happen deep within the Earth's crust and cause seismic vibrations to be released. These waves can cause a severe shaking of the Earth's surface when they do. A seismometer is a tool used to quantify the energy released during an earthquake. A seismometer measures an earthquake's amplitude. While earthquakes with magnitudes of 6.5 or higher can cause significant damage over wide regions, those with magnitudes of 3.0 or less are typically imperceptible. Only about 1 in 5 of the approximately 500,000 aftershocks that happen each year can be felt. Long ago, seismologists came to the conclusion that smaller earthquakes happen much more frequently than bigger ones. The Gutenberg-Richter law states that a 3.0 magnitude earthquake is 10 times more likely to occur than a 4.0 magnitude earthquake. A 4.0 magnitude earthquake is also 10 times more likely to happen than a 5.0 magnitude earthquake. Having said that, there are typically one great earthquake measuring 8.0 or higher and about 18 large earthquakes measuring 7.0 to 7.9 on average each year. While it is impossible to predict earthquakes with absolute certainty, seismologists can use historical data to estimate the frequency and magnitude of earthquakes over a longer time span and within a specific region. For instance, seismologists predict that an earthquake of magnitude 8.0 or greater will strike the San Andreas in California within the next 30 years. Although an earthquake can cause significant harm to buildings and other public facilities, the majority of human injuries and fatalities are only incidentally linked to the earthquake itself. The majority of accidents that end in injuries or fatalities involve fire, falling objects, or a building collapse. It should be mentioned that earthquake damage is significantly influenced by building design and geological factors. Since strict building construction regulations are upheld in earthquake-prone regions in nations like the United States, these earthquakes have the highest survival rates and considerably fewer injuries. Utility services, such as electricity, water, gas, telephone, sanitation, and internet services, and other types of public infrastructure may also be harmed by a major earthquake. Following a significant earthquake, nearby establishments like supermarkets and institutions would probably be closed or inaccessible. Days or even weeks of disruption to these programs are possible. Many may never operate again. When necessary precautions are made, earthquakes are most likely to be survived. FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, advises that people be equipped to care for themselves for at least 3 days after a catastrophe. This is the average time it takes for emergency agencies to show up and help. An earthquake with a 7.8 magnitude hit southern and central Turkey as well as northern and western Syria on February 6, 2023, at 4:17 TRT, 1:17 UTC. 37 kilometers, 23 miles, west-northwest of Gaziantep is where the impact was. In some areas of Antakya and Hatay province, the earthquake's highest Mercalli intensity was 12, extreme. At 1324, a MW 7.7 earthquake struck in its wake. The second quake center was 95 kilometers, 59 miles, to the north-northeast of the first. There were tens of thousands of deaths and extensive damage. A region of about 350,000 square kilometers, 140,000 square miles, was severely damaged. 16% of Turkey's population, or an estimated 14 million individuals, were impacted. According to UN development experts, there were roughly 1.5 million homeless individuals. More than 57,300 deaths had been verified as of March 20, 2023, more than 50,000 in Turkey and more than 7,200 in Syria. It is the deadliest natural catastrophe in modern Turkish history, and the deadliest earthquake in what is now Turkey, since the earthquake in Antioch in 526. It is also the deadliest earthquake in what is now Syria since the Aleppo earthquake in 1822, the deadliest earthquake globally since the Haiti earthquake in 2010, and the fifth deadliest earthquake of the 21st century. Both Turkey and Syria suffered damages assessed at $104 billion and $5.1 billion, respectively, making them the fourth costliest earthquakes in recorded history. The Disaster and Emergency Management Presidency's rescue and relief operation, which included a 60,000-strong search and rescue squad, 5,000 health workers, and 30,000 volunteers, was hampered by damaged roads, winter storms, and communication disruption. In response to Turkey's request for assistance, more than 141,000 people from 94 different nations joined the rescue operation. Surviving an earthquake requires quick thinking and decisive action. Here are some steps you can take to increase your chances of survival. Drop, cover, and hold on. The most important thing you can do during an earthquake is to drop to the ground, take cover under a sturdy piece of furniture, and hold on until the shaking stops. If there is no furniture nearby, cover your head and neck with your arms and crouch in an inside corner of the building. Stay inside. If you are inside a building, do not try to run outside during the earthquake. Many injuries occur when people try to leave buildings during shaking. Stay away from windows. Stay away from windows, mirrors, and other glass objects that can shatter during shaking. Stay put until shaking stops. Once the shaking stops, wait a few seconds to make sure it is safe to move before getting up and checking for injuries or damage. Evacuate if necessary. If you are in a high-rise building, or if you are near the coast and there is a risk of a tsunami, follow the evacuation procedures and move to a safe location. Be prepared for aftershocks. Aftershocks are common after earthquakes and can be just as dangerous as the initial quake. Be prepared to drop, cover, and hold on again if an aftershock occurs. Stay informed. Listen to local news or radio for updates on the earthquake and any potential dangers or hazards. Remember, earthquakes can happen at any time and without warning. It is important to be prepared and know what to do in case of an earthquake. Make sure to practice earthquake drills with your family and have a plan in place for where to go and what to do in the event of an earthquake. Stay safe.